Welcome to another deep dive. We'll be exploring how to find your purpose, that thing that gives your life meaning and direction.
That North Star.
Right, exactly. We're looking at this article by Anthony W. Miller called Embracing Your Calling, the Essential Guide to Finding Purpose.
Sounds like a good one.
It is. And he starts off with this really interesting quote from Psalms. Psalm 37.4.
Okay.
Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. I don't know. What do you think about that? It really makes you think, like, are we aligning with something bigger to find what we truly want?
It makes you wonder, are we chasing fleeting wants or something deeper, within ourselves and kind of the world around us too?
Yeah, and I like how Miller goes beyond just, like, finding a dream job. He says purpose is way bigger than just our careers, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a much deeper meaning, the driving force behind everything you do, your relationships, how you're involved in your community, your hobbies, everything.
That reminds me of when I volunteered at an animal shelter. I wasn't getting paid or anything, but I felt so good caring for those animals. It was more than just doing the tasks. It was about compassion, something I really value.
A perfect example of how purpose can show up in different ways and how important it is to match up your actions with your core values. What are those principles that really guide your choices?
Yeah, it's like what really matters to you, right?
Yeah.
Miller says to think back to times you felt really proud or fulfilled. What values were there? Honesty, creativity, justice. Looking back at those moments can teach you a lot.
Yeah, it helps you move past just the idea of values and connect them to your life, to what you've actually lived. Like if someone really loves mentoring others, maybe growth is a core value for them.
That's helpful. Connecting a value like growth to something real, like mentoring, it makes purpose seem more, real. So we've talked about values, but what about those things we're good at, those interests that energize us?
Well, Miller says our passions and talents, the things we're naturally good at, they're often signs pointing to our purpose. Think about what you can do for hours and not even notice the time. What comes naturally? Writing, problem solving, maybe making people laugh.
Okay.
Those could be clues to your purpose.
So those interests aren't just hobbies, they could be paths to a more fulfilling life.
Exactly. Recognizing what feels effortless and joyful, and then how does that connect to something bigger?
I like that.
And sometimes it's not just about joy, but about doing something that helps others, contributing to something bigger than yourself. Miller says to think about issues or causes that move you. What problems make you want to make a difference?
So purpose is bigger than just us. It's about finding causes that match our values and using our talents to make a positive change.
Yeah, like if someone cares deeply about the environment, maybe their purpose is tied to fighting climate change.
Right. Or maybe it's teaching others about sustainability.
Yeah, it's all about that sweet spot where your passions meet the needs of the world.
This is where it gets exciting. We've got our values, passions, the causes we care about. Now what? How do we actually do something?
Well, that's where Miller's second step comes in trying new things.
Yeah.
He's all about stepping outside your comfort zone to see new perspectives, uncover those hidden passions.
So we're not just thinking about it, but actually going out and experimenting with different paths.
Exactly. Be curious, explore, even if it seems a little scary at first.
It's like my friend who always wanted to be a writer. She finally took a creative writing class, totally out of her comfort zone. And you know what?
Right.
She found this passion she never knew she had.
That's awesome. That's exactly how stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to those aha moments, Big shifts in how we see ourselves and our purpose. Have the courage to try things out, even if you might fail.
I like that.
Yeah.
And Miller encourages trying all sorts of new experiences, not just those that seem connected to our goals right now.
Oh, yeah. Expand your horizons.
Yeah.
Be open to new possibilities.
Who knows? Maybe an unexpected detour leads to something even better. He also mentions volunteering for causes we care about. That seems like a great way to get some real-world experience and see how our passions can actually make a difference.
Totally agree. Volunteering lets you test things out, try different roles, help a cause, see how your skills and values make an impact in the real world.
Plus, you get to make a difference while exploring your purpose. But what if you don't have a specific cause in mind? It can be overwhelming to know where to start.
Well, Miller says to stay open to unexpected paths. Life throws curveballs. You have to be curious and embrace those detours.
So no more overthinking, just be flexible, because our purpose might show up in the most surprising ways.
Exactly. Sometimes those chance meetings or random events lead us to our true calling.
Stuck in a rut? Facing challenges alone? Discover the 52 Weeks Better Together community with Anthony Miller. Unlock your potential through expert-led workshops, personalized problem solving, accountability partnerships, supportive network. Don't let another day slip by feeling isolated. Your breakthrough awaits. Join now and transform your life, because when we rise together, we soar higher. 52 Weeks Better Together Community, your catalyst for change. Click the link in the description to begin your journey to a better life today.
Welcome back. We're diving deep into Anthony W. Miller's approach to finding purpose. We've talked about knowing your values and trying new things. Now it's all about self-awareness.
That's key. Self-awareness is like connecting the dots. Our values, those experiences we talked about, those deeper desires that point to our purpose, it's like tuning into your gut feeling.
Okay, so Miller suggests a bunch of ways to get that self-awareness. One is mindfulness and meditation. I've tried meditation. It's hard to quiet your mind,
Oh, yeah.
but those quiet moments can be so eye-opening.
Totally. Mindfulness and meditation help us create space, between our thoughts and emotions. Instead of being swept away by all the mental chatter, we can just observe, no judgment.
So not about emptying your mind, but making room for that intuition to pop up.
Exactly. Becoming more aware of what's happening inside. Like imagine you're stressed about a decision. With mindfulness, you might notice like a tightness in your chest or a weird feeling. By just noticing those sensations without freaking out about them, you can understand what your body's trying to tell you.
Wow. So instead of just reacting, we can pause, observe, and make choices that feel right, for us and our purpose.
Yes. And the more you practice mindfulness, the easier it is to tap into that inner wisdom, like in everyday life.
Makes sense. Another tool Miller mentions is journaling. I love journaling to process my thoughts and stuff, but how does it help with finding purpose?
Journaling gives you space to think about your experiences, those patterns, and how you think and act. When you write things down, you start to see themes, values that keep popping up, those things that give you energy or totally drain you. It's like putting together a puzzle of yourself.
So it's not just venting or writing down what happened. It's about using those thoughts to understand who you are, what matters most.
Right. And Miller has these cool journaling prompts to get you started, like, what made me feel alive today? Or what am I grateful for?
Okay.
They help you focus on the good stuff, the things that bring you joy and make you feel like you have a purpose.
I like that. Shifting your attention to the positive, what makes you happy.
Exactly. And over time, when you look back at your journal, you might see patterns, things you want that can give you clues about your purpose.
So mindfulness, meditation, journaling. What else does Miller suggest for becoming more self-aware?
He says to pay attention to your energy, to how fulfilled you feel. Notice what activities give you energy and which ones just wear you out.
Interesting.
What conversations or places make you feel alive.
It's like being a detective of your own life. You're gathering clues about what really fits you, what aligns with your purpose.
Exactly. And it's not just about energy. It's also about those times when you feel fulfilled. When you're doing something that matches your values, something that feels like a real contribution.
Like that flow state, right?
Right.
When you're so into something that time just flies by, it feels effortless, and you just enjoy it for what it is. Could those flow states be connected to our purpose?
They absolutely can. Those moments when you lose track of time because you're so engaged, those are often big signs pointing to your passions, your potential purpose.
So it's not just about thinking about purpose in your head, but paying attention to what your body and your feelings are telling you, what really excites you.
Yes, it's about putting it all together, mind, body, spirit, to really understand yourself and your purpose.
This whole self-awareness thing is pretty powerful. It's about taking charge of your experiences, using them to make decisions, and create the life you want.
I agree. And what's great about Miller's approach is that he doesn't just give you techniques. He offers a ton of resources to help you along the way.
Oh, I love a good resource list. Tell me more about what Anthony W. Miller has to offer.
He has a lot. For those who like weekly tips and stuff, he has a great newsletter. Keeps you motivated on your journey to discover purpose.
Sounds like something I need. What else?
If you're more of an audio learner, his 52 Weeks podcast goes deeper into things like faith, purpose, personal growth. Perfect for when you're walking or driving.
I love listening to podcasts on the go. It's like having a wise friend giving you advice.
Totally. And if you're into journaling and reflection, his 52 Weeks devotional journal helps you go deeper. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh, I love devotional journals. They help you stick to a routine of reflection, really getting to know yourself.
And for those who want more one-on-one support, Miller offers coaching, both individual and group.
Coaching can be so helpful, right?
Yeah.
To keep you accountable and guide you as you figure things out. Like having a cheerleader and a coach all in one.
He even helps you find an accountability partner. It's amazing how much he wants to help others reach their potential, live their best lives.
I'm so glad we took the time to deep dive into his work. Miller's ideas and practical advice give us a roadmap for self-discovery and finding purpose.
For sure. And as we wrap things up in part 3, we'll share that final thought-provoking piece of advice he offers. Something for our listeners to think about as they continue on their journey. We've explored Anthony W. Miller's 3 steps to finding your purpose: knowing your values, trying new things, and being self-aware. Plus, all those awesome resources he has.
So much good stuff. But you mentioned a final thought from Miller. What is it?
This is for anyone who feels like they need to have it all figured out right now. Miller says purpose doesn't always hit you like a bolt of lightning. It usually comes gradually.
Oh, good. No pressure to have that big aha moment. We can just explore and discover at our own pace.
Yeah. Trust the journey. Be open to those little signs and things that happen that seem to guide you. What it feels like a setback might actually be leading you closer to your purpose.
So instead of getting bummed out when things go wrong, we can see it as a chance to learn and grow.
Exactly. Maybe those challenges show you strengths or passions you didn't even know you had.
And as we go through those challenges, our purpose gets stronger, like a muscle you keep working out.
Love that analogy. It really shows that purpose isn't some finish line. It's an ongoing journey of growing and changing.
And as we keep going, becoming more self-aware and living by our values, our purpose will become more clear, more powerful. We might find ourselves drawn to certain things, relationships, or causes that really speak to who we are.
It's not about knowing all the answers now, but being willing to try things out, trusting that our purpose will show itself when it's ready.
I like that.
And as we embrace this whole process of discovery, not only will we find more fulfillment personally, but we'll be more ready to make a real difference in the world.
It's more than just feeling good. It's about using what makes us unique, our gifts and passions, to do something good, to leave things better than we found them.
Right. We all have something special to offer, something only we can bring. When we tap into that, when our actions match our purpose, we create positive change that goes way beyond ourselves.
That's a great note to end on. We all have a purpose, those special gifts and passions that can make a difference. It's a journey of self-discovery, growth, and giving back. A journey worth taking.
So to our listeners, I'll leave you with this. What's one small step you can take today to connect with your purpose and make a positive impact? The world needs what you have to offer.
That's all for this deep dive. Keep exploring and embracing the journey of finding your calling. We'll see you next time.